Episode 4. The Strange Mutation. After 2 days of tireless searching with no leads, Liu Zhaifei is troubled, trapped in an invisible fog of dead ends. Forensic expert Shia B.A. walks in with grace, steadily carrying a cup of rich, aromatic coffee. With a playful smirk, she teases,
Chief Liu, I never thought I'd see the day you'd make a mistake on a case.
Looking dazed, Liu takes the coffee, wondering to himself, where did I go wrong? She smiles charmingly and says playfully,
Want the answer? Buy me dinner tonight.
Liu hesitates, his brow furrowing. He already promised to spend tonight at home for his wife's birthday. Stunned, a flash of annoyance crosses Shai's eyes. She stamps her foot and turns away like a disgruntled sprite. A faint, elegant scent lingers in her wake, like a trace of tenderness drifting through the air. The end-of-day bell rings out like a bugle call, echoing throughout the office. Liu stops working instantly, his eyes bright. He grabs his bag and stands up with sharp, decisive movements. He rushes for the door, his rhythmic footsteps echoing loudly in the quiet office as he races against time. In a flash, he vanishes around the corner, leaving behind an empty room and the fading ring of the bell. As Liu drives out the gate, a girl around 18 suddenly lunges into the road as if pushed by an unseen force. Liu slams on the brakes. The car jolts violently, throwing his chest against the wheel with a sharp, dull pain. Liu pushes the door open and steps out slowly to check, finding the girl standing before him. Her hair is a mess, her face deathly pale. A dark, bruised ring circles her neck like the grip of a phantom hand. She looks frantic, her eyes wide with terror as her entire body trembles uncontrollably. In the dim light, she fidgets with her clothes. After a moment, she musters the courage to stammer.
Officer, I want to report a case.
Liu asks gently with a kind smile.
What happened? Tell me.
I just saw my grandfather, but he's been dead for 8 days. Seeing him now feels like a living nightmare.
She shakes violently, cold sweat glistening on her forehead under the dim lights, radiating a chilling fear. Liu's calm is shattered. He grabs her shoulders, asking urgently,
What exactly happened? Tell me everything.
Her name is Liu Qi. Her life has been hard. Parents divorced young. Then her mother died 5 years ago, shattering her world. Now, she and her grandfather, Liu Fu, were all each other had, struggling to survive together.
8 days ago, his heart failed. He didn't make it. He left me at the hospital. Yesterday was the 7th day after his death. I thought it was over, but then, he suddenly came home. He just sits on the bed, silent, not eating. He died. He scares me so much. The neighbors are terrified and won't come near. I'm too scared to go inside, so I just wander.
Liu checks his watch. There's still a bit of time. After a quick thought, he turns to her. He says gently,
There's still time. Let me take you home and see for myself.
Her home is in an old, weathered tenement building on the outskirts of the northern suburbs. The hallway is damp and cold, like a forgotten corner of the world. It's mostly home to the lonely elderly. Strangely, as soon as Liu Qi appears, the neighbors slam their doors, as if avoiding a plague. An old lady cooking in the hall pales at the sight of her, frantically packing her things to hide inside. Liu opens the creaky door. A thick, rotting stench of dampness hits him, forcing a cough. Inside, a dim yellow bulb flickers precariously, casting jittery shadows across the silent room. In the back room, a white-haired man sits motionless on the bed, head bowed, as if time has stopped. Liu Qi hides behind Liu, trembling.
Officer,
She whispers shakily.
That's my grandfather.
Liu approaches with steady steps. Suddenly, the old man slowly lifts his bowed head. Liu is shocked. The man's eyes are lifeless and dull, exactly like the eyes of old man Hu from Nanbu town. He gasps. The eyes are shriveled and dry, with eyelids fused to the corneas. These are undeniable signs of death. Liu grabs Liu Qi's arm and pulls her outside, ready to demand an explanation. An old woman with a cane limps by, muttering,
Ashes to ashes. Life and death should never cross. What a curse!
A realization hits Liu. The funeral home theft. One of the 4 missing bodies was named Liu Fu. Liu urgently calls Shia by
Bihai, I need your medical expertise on something. I know this is your field. If you can solve this, I'll buy you dinner every single day.
30 minutes later, Shia Bai arrives, breathless at the old suburban building. Shia examines Liu Fu. Suddenly, she turns pale.
How? He looks alive, but these are clearly livor mortis spots. I'm certain of it. These are absolutely post-mortem lividity marks.
In the sudden silence, a violent sound of retching erupts from behind them. Liu and Shia spin around, their faces contorted in disgust at what they see. Liu Qi is kneeling, a massive pool of shimmering slime gushing from her mouth onto the floor. A foul, rotting stench fills the narrow hall like a thick fog, stinging their nostrils and triggering nausea. Liu grabs Sha's hand and bolts down the stairs, driving away from that eerie building as fast as possible.